Show and tell, Adam's Loft, take one. I'm kidding. I'm only doing one take. Greetings, friends. Adam Savage here in my cave with a show and tell that is showing you a different part of the cave. Yeah, normally we spend most of our time here in the shop, and this is a very refined space. I spend lots of time adjusting and modifying and, like I said, refining so that everything that I need is where I need it, when I need it, in the most intuitive way possible. And then there's this area. Now this, well, that's my mold making area, but out here is all my display area. I don't want to pan too fast. I don't want to make anyone sick, but let's, we'll walk through this because it's germane to the discussion we're having. There's some props and some pieces, and this is where I keep like the things that I made and the things that I've collected, and I get to see them all up close, and they're awesome. And this is where I get inspired. This is the cacophony, the visual cacophony that gets my juices going. Hello, baby. And there's some other spaces in the shop. There's the bathroom, and then here's the metalworking area. Yeah, and that is in need of some help. That's a Wazer water cutter that, well, we're getting that working. This is sort of also in progress, and my office over there. But there's a part of the shop that you all have never seen, and some of you have been asking about it. And it is, here, let's see. No tour of the display space would be replete without one of the most beautiful objects in my entire collection, which is this incredible full-size skull of Sue. Yeah, she's a minx. And obviously the visual cacophony extends to the ceiling, and we can see I've got all these helmets. Oh, big baby. Mythbusters Jr. Oh, here's a cool one. That is a poster painted by the artist that made all the Coney Island sideshow posters, because back in the early aughts, I was King Neptune of the Coney Island Mermaid Parade. Yes, Patty Darbanville, sweet Lady Darbanville. She was delightful. She and I rode in a carriage through Coney Island to open the beach the first day of the summer. Yeah, that was stunning. And I got that, the most idealized portrait of me ever made. Big square chest. I'm never going to have one of those. No, but as I said, the visual cacophony extends to the ceiling. And above that ceiling, well, that is what you have never seen. And we're going there now. So when I first moved into this space, there was just a hole in the loft. I bought some attic stairs, and here we go. We're going to head up into this. I will tell you, these stairs, this loft, it's not for the faint of heart. You can get hurt just thinking about it. Hold on. I got to use both hands here for a second. Okay. This ladder is not for the faint of heart. In fact, some folks just can't stand moving up and down this ladder, and that's totally fine. It is a, it's a thing. So here we are. We've just passed the threshold into the loft, and you can see Asa Hillis built this lovely banister for me so that I wouldn't fall into the hole. When you're first up here, it's crazy. Also note the height of the pipes here. Yeah, these are all headbangers, and I have lots of marks across my head from being up here. But let's start. Let's see. All right. This over here used to be the camera area. That used to be where I stored all my production camera equipment. Mostly personal, but, I use it professionally. Now it's storing some big chunks of foam. We're still figuring out where those go. Oh, right. The reason you are seeing the loft now is because I can actually move around the loft. I know it doesn't quite look like it just yet, but we've done a huge amount of work here in the last few weeks. And I actually had an epiphany about what this space is for. Because it used to be that I just put everything I didn't have a place for up here. And that became way too much of a shit fight. Stuff compounds. You've got to sort it, and you've got to be merciless about what you're throwing away. And so I was starting to do that, and then I was realizing, wait a minute. I have a storage space where I have a bunch of clothing racks, and all the costumes are over there. It's time to get every last costume that does not need to be here in the building. It's time to get every last costume that doesn't need to be here in the building over to storage. So I did that. And that cleared up a bunch of space in another loft, which we're going to go look at in a minute. And it also cleared a bunch out of here. And then I realized what belongs up in this loft, not weird stuff that I don't necessarily need access to. That can all go to the deeper storage space. This loft is now only for art materials and projects that I am currently working on. So that's why we swapped out the camera department for foam, because foam is one of the disposable materials that I utilize here. We also have things like when I made my Hellboy glove, I ended up with a bunch of molds. So there's all the Hellboy molds. Here's Hellboy Arduino. There's some interviews and talks and other stuff. Let's see, plumbing parts. A lot of this is super unorganized right now. But as far as uncompleted projects go, probably the greatest uncompleted project in my life so far is Major Kong's survival kit from Dr. Strangelove. I completed one of them. And that one I'm very proud of, and it's super high fidelity. It was curated into a show at the Museum of the Moving Image in New York called Walkers. And my piece is in the catalog. It's lovely. But that wasn't the end of that project for me. I wanted to make an edition of them. So this here is all the material support for an edition of 20 Kong survival kits, which I still plan to finish at some point. 20. Yeah, and it's a lot of moving parts to it. This is a huge project. And when I'm all finished, I'll probably write a book. Seriously, I'll probably write a little monograph about putting that prop together. And this is a great place for it to live. It's lived here now for about 3.5 years, and it gives us regular access to it. And that gave me the idea to kind of have some of the active projects get some real space over here. Here is another one. Yeah, like I said. All right. So this shelf here is mostly, well, these 3 shelves here are all space hardware. They're all parts and pieces of my spacesuit costumes. I was looking at making a Boeing Starliner suit, and I probably still will someday. And I wanted to know just what the blue Nomex looked like. So here's some blue Nomex. It's got stuff like that. It's got some gold foil. It's got some cooling suits. It's got some extra visors. I've got a couple of Mercury visors up there that haven't been cut out. I'm always sort of working on different parts and pieces of my spacesuit collection. This is going to end up being the repository for all that, which is great. I have big plans to get stuff up here. This frame, not sure what to do with it. Okay, let's move on in. Perhaps the biggest storage item up here is, hold on, there we go. It's all cloth. And we're still working on it, but what we've got here so far is we've got black fabrics, we've got some colored fabrics, we've got some white fabrics, we've got some auto carpet, we've got some sailcloth, we've got some findings and belts and buckles and leather stuff down there. We've got some Kanekalon hair, which strikes me as it belongs with cloth for some reason. We've got the open cell foam, we've got some broadcloth, the fur over here, we've got the leather over here, and down on the bottom, we have all the different open cell foam. And again, I can't even tell you how great it is to have all of this out here like this. It makes working on cloth-based or fabric-based sewing projects so much easier. Moving on, this is still somewhat unformed. I've got some old Mythbuster prop hardware over here, lots of fans. I have several cases of duct tape left over from Mythbusters duct tape specials. Wheels, Land Cruiser stuff. You know, when you have an old car, you end up with buckets and buckets and buckets of things that support that hobby. Sorry, did I say habit? My smoke machines are here, opaque projector. I know this looks like a barely concealed chaos or barely controlled chaos. And that's kind of because that's what it is. We chip away, we chip away, we chip away, and slowly the space becomes more spacious. Here's my unbuilt English wheel and planishing hammer, or still to be built English wheel and planishing hammer. Yeah, someday. I just need a bigger shop. I need a full metalworking area. Oh, right. Here are some shoes, some moon boots, some roller skates from Mythbuster days, my wellies, my Sorels. These are some of the original boots I wore on Mythbusters in the early days. I never threw a pair out. Yeah, these are for making the prison shoes from Face Off. Prop I wanted to do someday. Some fire boots, more moon shoes. Yeah, a king's ransom of boots and shoes and footwear. And it's great. I still dip into this from time to time. All right, let's see here. What else we got? Oh my God. Does anyone need a bunch of test tubes? Because I have way too many. All right, let's see here. This is all Savage merchandising stuff. Things like my tape measures, EDC bags, custom, all of the prototypes I store here. Merch. There's more merch over here. Jesus, I have so many Jamie bobbleheads and some Adam bobbleheads. Let's see, signed posters, laser cut kits. Every year on Mythbusters, I made crew gifts. I think one of the years I made tactical bags with the Mythbusters logo on them. I think that was like 2006, 2005. And I always made extras and kept a couple out just for myself. Let's see, over there is all posters. That's the rock I plan to pull Excalibur from someday. Yeah, I know you're asking about, I know you want to know about that guy, and it's still going to be a while. Yeah, so here, I'm going to put you on wide so you can see this whole space. So like I said, we've got Savage merchandising, my bag company, and prototypes and designs, and tape measures and things like that go over here. We've got some bobbleheads. We've got some collectibles, some hats. When people come, I like to give them gifts. I've got some of the nice boxes I don't want to throw away. Pieces of the unbuilt Iron Mans, guitar cases. Posters are way back there. A giant cardboard rhino. I don't know why I have a giant cardboard rhino. It's got to move on. It's got to get out of here. Oh, rigging. Oh, yeah. Look at that. All 4 of these boxes contain my entire collection of rigging hardware. Every carabiner, every rope, every climbing rope, every harness. Yeah, I could cause real trouble with this kit. It's a very, very complete rigging kit from 30 years of doing that. And then, yeah, we've got the fur, the fabric, the leather. Yeah, and you can see, so all of this being open is like brand new. It used to be that this was literally like a foot of walking space, and you literally felt like you were walking like this as you moved through the space. Oh, and it would be more like this, like dunk, and hit your head. So this is a work in progress. I'm showing you an uncompleted space so that you can kind of get a taste for the fact that this whole place is just a work in flux. And then we come back out. And I think this is one of the reasons people find this terrifying, because of that. Like, you're just looking down, yeah, you're looking down the throat of the rest of your life. And the thing you don't know about me is that I have lived in spaces with rickety, steep loft stairs since I was 24. And so walking up and down stairs that don't like bounce underneath you, it's totally fine for me. It doesn't bother me one bit. There you go. It's been 10 years I've been in this space, and you guys have never seen up in the loft. Now you have. I think we could do another show and tell in a few months. Oh, there's Maggie. I'm going to say hi to my dog. Thank you guys for joining me for this show and tell, and I will see you later. But wait! I got excited about my Maggie coming back to the shop, and I totally forgot about something. Here she is. Hello, sweetie. Hi, Noodle. Say hi to everybody. She just went to Funston and had a lot of fun running around. Yeah. Oh, you're a beautiful girl. Good girl. There is where we just were. That is the loft in which we were just. But it's not the only loft in this space. Oh no, there's another. We've covered that this is my office, where I do my, quiet Zoom work and all of that stuff. But what's that? That is another loft. Let's go. If you thought the first stairs were scary, wait till you see these. All right. Okay, here we are. And this is the camera department. This is where I keep all of my camera gear. And there's none in here right now, or effectively none, because it's out on loan to a friend. That's a terrible noise. That's my fridge coughing up blood. But this loft, this is all a work in progress. Like, we haven't yet started to fill this. We've got some stuff here. We've got some stuff here. I want to get it all over there. I want to get it all over here on the shelf. And then there's this loft. And this is, I had to cut this door in here to get through here. This is where the bear costume is. And again, he needs work too. I got to rebuild his head. There's our big fat orange guy from Mythbusters that I made, and a gorilla suit with dead mouse head. Yeah. I get tired just looking at what to move around. However, when I see big open spaces like this, it makes me feel very good because I know I can consolidate and get stuff locked down, and it feels like I'm using a whip and a chair to tame the lion of the stuff that I have. Yeah, that's the analogy. All right, so we're gonna, here's, oh yeah, you wanna see what it looks like to go down? Oh yeah. Oh, stay there. There we go. There you go. Now you have seen all of the lofts in my space. I think we might revisit this again in a few months. Like I said, it's a work in progress. So in 3 or 4 months, this should actually look substantively different up there. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. It's a long game. That's the trick. It's a long game. Oh my God, I can't wait for a haircut. Thank you guys for joining me for this show and tell. I will see you next time.